Hello guys, it's Kudzai or Simply Stylishly Modesty.
An artist's job is not to be perfect, but to be creative. I'm always buying books, I'm always getting books as gifts as well. Lovely people out there. And I'm so blessed, to be honest, to be having books. I feel like books, they're greatest treasure. And they do say that some of the greatest principles, some of the greatest lessons, they are in books, and we just need to pick the books and read them and try to read them. Like I said in my previous video before, I did say that you need to try your best, 30 minutes a day to just read something, and try understanding. We have so much time. We've got 24 hours in a day, and there are times where we're just scrolling on our phones, we're just on Instagram, we're just checking out some shopping sites and not really being productive, not really utilizing our time. So for me, I have, what I do actually on my phone is I set a screen time. You see, especially for those Apple users, iPhones, you can set a screen time where you monitor the times you're spending on social media, on creativity, on productivity, even though obviously it doesn't record everything, but it's there. It's a facility that you can use to monitor what you're doing on your phone. So I've tried to do that to help me read a bit more. So my first book has to be the Motivation Manifesto. Oh my goodness, this book is just one of the greatest books I've ever read. This is one of the chapters in the page I've just opened. It's saying, greatness belongs to those who have mastered their internal world. What did I say? Personal development. I'm so big on that. So as you can see, I definitely get my pen, and I'll just be scribbling down and trying to to mark some of the greatest things that I reach. I probably have to read this again. It's really good, this book. I got it 2016. See, it even says when I got it I was 21 when I got this book. So this is the kind of books I have been reading. I got it 2016, and oh my goodness, this book, like it's great. So there's my first power read that you should read, and it's all about 9 declarations of your personal power. So this is a great book. So that's number 1. Second book, my favorite book. Oh my god, when this book came out I screamed, and I didn't buy this book, someone got this book for me. I remember when they put it out, I jumped. I couldn't believe it. I was waiting for it to come out, and it finally came out. And it's an amazing book, especially for this era that we're in, the era of information. For all those young artists, young writers, young musicians, this is the books to read. Jeff Goins is just talking about the timeless strategies for the new creative age that we're in, and he gives so many examples for some of the greatest leaders in their industries, and how they mastered a certain craft and worked on it. So I'll definitely say this one is worthy reading. It's just amazing. If you love reading about how to make more money, how to be smart in your craft as an artist, and because I know there's a cliche for artists that all artists, writers, they don't make money because not a lot of people buy their books and stuff. But trust me, when you read this book, you will think twice. You will know what to do, even as a writer. As you know, I'm a self-published author. I published a book when I was just 20 years old, so I'm definitely big on this kind of things, and this book will help you as an artist, as a creative artist, if obviously in this new era that we are in, ways that you can make more money, and ways that your work can be more impactful to the world. So that's what I said. And my third book, 48 Laws of Power. It's an amazing book. This one I did borrow. It's not mine. I have to return this book, but it's an amazing book. Like I said, it has so many things in there that you just read and think, like, wow, how come something I never thought about. Like, I've just opened on page 41. It's saying learn to keep people dependent on you. To maintain your independence, you must always be needed and wanted. The more you are relied on, the more freedom you have. Make people depend on you for their happiness and prosperity, and you have nothing to fear. You might want to read this book. It's great. I borrowed this book. Obviously, I'm taking it back, but it's a power read. And my fourth power read, it has to be the Writers Yearbook. Oh my god, the first one that I got, I've got a red one, actually, the 2013 version. One of my mentors, she was a poet, and she gave me that book, and oh my god, it's like the Bible for writers and you know, all those freelancers and artists, you know, that are just starting. This is what you need, especially if you are a writer. You need to, this is your Bible, trust me. It has everything, all your questions. You know, some people ask, oh my god, where am I gonna sell my book, and oh, what do I need to do, how much work should I put in? But obviously they have different versions. This one is the children's Writers and Artists Yearbook, but there is also just for writers, enough just for adults, for people that are writing novels and that kind of thing. Obviously this is an old book, by the way, it's 2016, but you don't have, I tend not to buy it every year. I tend to go to the library, but I bought this one because I was just starting to write my children's books, so I had to read this. And by the way, I do write children's books, and you see them, I'll put the links at the end. But this is another book that I have in my collection, my go-to book. I love it. And my book I really love, The Alchemist. Oh my goodness, this book, Paul Coelho, he is an amazing writer. Like, oh wow, like I'm reading it again, and this time what I'm doing is I'm reading it like this, and then I've got earphones because I'm also listening to the audiobook. There's a reason why I'm doing that, to be honest, to try and understand it a little bit more. But it's a really good book about this boy who goes on search, you know, for his wealth and stuff. So yeah, it's an amazing book, and yeah, read it. My sixth book is The Secret. I got this book maybe 3-4 years ago because it was quite a big thing I remember when it came out, and then it was made into a movie. It's actually on Netflix, you can watch this, but it's another great book. And I know she has other edition like the Magic, the Power, the what. So, but The Secret is my favorite, and I literally had to get this book. I'm just opening a page, and it's saying your feelings tell you very quickly what you're thinking. Think about your feelings suddenly. Maybe you might hear some bad news. You know, so your feelings, they tell you quickly what you're thinking. That's why I say I have to read some of the books, because you know, like you read it again and you're like, did I read that? Like what? But yeah, that's another one. I love this book. I got this book in Cambridge last year, around September, I think. I got it as a gift, and oh my goodness, it's an amazing book for leaders, for innovators, and even for just anyone, to be honest. You can buy this book, and I remember I was reading something about a capsule wardrobe. I would do a video on capsule wardrobe, about it's just a basic wardrobe, you know, so that you don't spend too much time thinking of what you're going to wear, because you would have planned it out. It's basic. I know, for example, like you can wear some black pants and you can wear some nude blouse or, you know, top for work. So it's very basic, and it's, you know, it's simple, and it helps you, you know, to not waste time going through your wardrobe and having that daunting task of like, oh my god, what am I gonna wear, what am I gonna pair up with this and that. So I am going to do a video on a capsule wardrobe. So that's what I was reading in this, and it just has so many things from, you know, like exercising, about your mind. It also is all like about your mind, and you know, it's just so many things. Like, I haven't even finished it, I'm still reading it. You know, with these books, you really have to read one chapter, and you really need to study the chapter, because a chapter, it's almost like a book. So, and you really have to take time when you're reading this kind of books. You can't read them like a novel. Like, you really have to sit there with and have a notepad on the side and try to write some notes, try to understand why they were saying this. And some of them, like for example this one, I know he was saying that he interviewed so many people, and you know, some of the people were psychologists, so obviously they have some objective results and stuff, you know, to prove some of the things that he's talking about. So it's a great power read. And I don't even know what number I am on. I got this book. See what I was saying to you, you can buy second-hand books. I got this book for, I think it must have been 50p, and it's talking about losses and gains in life. You know, sometimes we go through life, and you know, there's some things that we experience, and you know, as well, we lose our youth, you know, as we get older, we lose even our loved ones. So this was an amazing book. It's more of a spiritual book as well, so it's really good. And another one that I have here, I don't even know what number I'm on, Out of Your Mind. This is an amazing book. Oh my goodness, this book is so good. It's talking about being creative, and funny enough, you know what, this book was written, I'm sure it was written like 2005 or 2006, but the things that are in this book are the things that we are seeing now. And I'm thinking, like, wow, like, how did you project yourself into the future and stuff, you know? But some people, they study, they read, they, you know, try to learn. And it's talking about being creative, you know, what imagination is all about, what being innovative is all about. And I thought, and actually this book, I remember I got it as a second hand. It must have been less than £5, you know? And it's talking about as well education and stuff like that. Amazing power read. Probably have to read it again, but it's really, really good. It's talking about, you know, being innovative, being creative, and the difference, you know, your imagination and your creativity. Exactly, is actually a difference. I didn't even know that, but it's a power read. And oh my goodness, I love this book. I had to buy this. Was like a birthday present to myself. I love Patricia Bride, and I love this book. It's just talking about, you know, side hustles, what you can do, and how you can, you know, even improve your post on social media and stuff. So, and even just her personal story. God, this book, I can't even give this book away. It's like, it's so good. And I'm still reading. I think I'm just on page 187. So it's really good, and it's talking about some of the life lessons, and you know, how she adds value to people's life, and also talking about online life and real life, you know, because sometimes when people post and people portray, even all of us, we all do it, we try to get our best self, our best pictures and stuff. So she's just pouring it all in this book. Amazing read. And the that I have on my list today is You Can Heal Your Life. This book is amazing. It's just, oh my goodness, you know, it's talking about things like how we criticize ourselves, and even just talking about how, you know, you can expand your knowledge and stuff like that, and your understanding and your awareness of how your mind works as well. So it's an amazing self, how you can heal yourself on certain things, like I think childhood trauma probably is in there. I'm not biased, but I'm being right. It's talking about meditation and, you know, declaration, affirmations. It's an amazing book. I think I've read this book like 5 times now, you know, because some of the things in there that just, you know, are worth it. You know, that's what I was saying about doing things that have impact. When you do something, whether that you starting your business, you writing a book, you could change people's lives. You know, we read these books and we get some life lessons, we get some, you know, just some advice, some inspiration, and you know, our lives are transformed. I love reading books. You know, they say that books, you know, that's where all the secrets, all the techniques are just stored away. You know, take time to read, and there's always books everywhere online. Now we're so lucky, we are in the era of Kindle, of audiobooks. So just spend 30 minutes a day, just read something, and when you have have read something, the best thing for you to get clarity and understanding is try to read it again, try to decode it. What is this trying to say? What, why this and that? Try to understand what you're reading, because there's no point of me just piling these books and saying they are my power reads. Obviously I say they are my power reads because what I have done is I've gone back to them, I've tried to read them, I tried to understand them so that they help my lives, to be honest. So that's another advice that I have to say. And if you have books, lots of books, you've got a library in your house, I know you love books so much, do declutter once in a while, give some away, give some to charity. There's always someone out there who's looking for your books. Even just, you can even give them some internationally, like to some schools back in, I don't know, anywhere in the world. I remember when I was young, when I was still growing up in Zimbabwe, we got some books from a donation, and to be honest, that was amazing an experience, and I'll never forget that. And I think that kind of propelled me to get into writing, because I felt like, what, I could give a book, I could give it to somebody out there and their life would be changed and stuff. So anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Support your girl. I will still do videos on style and fashion, but remember, I'm all about developing your mind and personal development and stuff, and just growing really. And this time in the lockdown, to be honest, has made us all awake, really got us thinking what we could do with our time. We had so much time in our hands, so we were very lucky to spend this time and learn and do some of the things we couldn't do, for example reading. I know a lot of people are thinking, oh, I don't have time, but now you spend the whole day at home. What are you gonna do? You're gonna read. So you're gonna read and do other stuff. But anyways, I'm off. Thank you so much guys for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.
Watching this video, make sure you follow and subscribe.